Hey everybody, here again another one. Today I'm here to check out I regret leaving YouTube to be a doctor from the Amazing. So yeah, I remember I watched this guy a good bit, and I think he recently just started getting back into making like videos and stuff. No, I mean it's not like a recent thing, but he's back more than he used to be. So I guess we're about to see what is up.
Congrats on hitting 1 million subscribers. What are you gonna do next? I'm gonna quit YouTube and be a doctor. Give it back. I've been both a certified doctor by day and an uncertified YouTuber by night for nearly a decade.
Dang,
but at the peak of it all, I decided to quit YouTube. But why? Hi, my name is Mars. I'm talking about my regrets juggling these two massive jobs, why I left YouTube, and why I'm coming back. In early 2020, I released a video where I announced that I would take a year off from medicine to really focus on YouTube full time. Because instead of having regrets about putting only half of my focus on YouTube, this was my chance to give 110% to the almighty algorithm. I wanted to make more videos, build up a new team, tour around the world, go to VidCon, visit new friends,
yeah, those Mafia videos.
And then 2020 happened. Nothing else of note occurred during this year. Okay, fine. Among Us came out. So at the end of this video, I made a public call out for people to join Team Amazing. Now, I'm sure it's no surprise, but building a team is hard work. I never thought that my hobby of drawing cartoons would result in leading people to also work on my silly ideas. It's not really a skill they teach you in doctor school, but also I was too busy drawing S's and not letting thoughts of committing arson take over.
Arson is a criminal offense.
Although it was hard, I knew it was necessary to get some help in order to survive on this platform as an animator. My 1 year off was like a timer above my head, and when it went off, I would die. I mean, return to being a full-time doctor. Actually, yeah, wait, those are the same things.
Dr. Mars, this patient needs urgent surgery.
Yeah, can you come back in like a year?
Oh no, you gotta be kidding me.
Now, thankfully, after sitting through thousands of amazing applications, I managed to slowly but surely build up Team Amazing. I found this to be one of the most rewarding experiences yet, being able to work closely with immensely skilled artists in order to bring my videos to life. And honestly, I couldn't have made my videos without them.
Why is he cinema?
And as the months ticked away, it only got easier and easier to craft my videos with my new super kick-ass team. We worked hard to upload consistently, which made me believe it'd be possible to juggle being a real doctor, a real YouTuber,
and a real boy.
But the end of my year off was looming, and I got real nervous about how much my medical knowledge and skills had depreciated from the time away from the hospital. I was so locked in for YouTube that I had completely neglected my medical half, and all I could do was pray that my YouTube knowledge would somehow come in clutch. Yo, what's up, Martians, and welcome back to my new unboxing video.
Surgery.
That's my other kidney. But surprisingly, I found that the experience of building and managing a team for YouTube was actually super helpful for my medical life. Even as a junior doctor, my senior staff members would be surprised at my ability to just get things done. I mean, when you're crunching 2 full-time jobs at the same time for years, I guess your efficiency would go up. And due to my experience, I was also praised for my impeccable communication skills. Mars, you can't keep asking patients to subscribe. Oh, sorry. What about liking my videos? Well, yeah, obviously they should do that.
No,
the months that I had spent building up Team Amazing paid off big, and I was able to be a doctor and YouTuber at the same time for years to come.
But, you know,
I'll admit that it was tough at first, adjusting after doing only YouTube for a year, but I made it work because I had 2 wolves inside me.
Dogs.
I'm not a furry. Despite all of my successes, slowly but surely other responsibilities started to creep in, and the very precarious balance that I had worked so hard for started to tip over. Naturally, I wasn't going to remain a junior doctor forever, so as I got more and more experience, my workload increased. That only got exponentially worse after I joined a training program to become a senior specialist doctor, with a major obstacle for this training program being a pair of incredibly difficult, high failure rate exams. And this, man and gentle ladies, is when things went from difficult but tolerable to downright impossible. I should have committed arson.
Arson is a criminal offense.
These were not exams where you can just snooze on through until the very last day. No, I'm talking about a cumulative 50% pass rate to get through both exams in one go, even with adequate preparation. And if you do fail, you can only retake the exams next year. Oh, and you only have 3 tries. Now, this is some high stakes coin flipping if I've ever seen one. Oh, phew, I'm safe. Mind you, the main way that I've been able to juggle things so far is by working or going to medical school in the morning and then immediately switching gears to YouTube by night. I had almost no time to socialize, play games, meet new people, so the idea of now fitting in hours and hours of studying for exams on top of what I was already doing was absolutely impossible.
Shout out to my doctors out there, but it's not in me.
Wait, did that actually work? As if the workload itself wasn't hard enough to deal with, things started to get more
like, okay. I don't know if y'all know this about me, but I'm more of a creative guy. Like if I dang near could animate, I would be doing something like this kind of content that he's doing. But and also if y'all couldn't tell, or if y'all haven't been looking at my last few community posts, I mean most of them have been these voting things, but if you pay attention on Sundays, I release character models of people I'm making for a show that I want to do. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm aiming at in the future as of currently. But yeah.
Complicated when people at work found out about my YouTube channel. Hey, which one of you snitched? I mean, it was bound to come out eventually, but I guess I didn't expect the way that other doctors and staff members would react. Some were nice about it and made for a decent icebreaker, which was cool, but a majority were just super awkward, like, wow, cool. That seat's taken. There were also a fair bit of just outright rude comments. I was at a wedding for one of my friends, and as I was sitting there trying to make small talk to people that I had never met before, I got outed as a YouTuber by my friend sitting next to me. And that resulted in one of them just straight up saying,
"Oh wait, are you the one who makes the weird cartoons online?"
On the outside, I said, "Oh yeah, that's me." But on the inside, I was like, "What the f else do you want me to say? Yup, I'm the weirdo. Total lunatic over here. Ooh, just you wait. I am so gonna make a video about you." I'm making light of these comments, but they really were super condescending about something that I worked on as a passion project. Like, I'm not even asking for people to understand, but just like, be normal people about it. And look, in retrospect, I'm sure these were throwaway comments from them, but it definitely made me feel ashamed about the fact that I was making content, about videos that I was so happy with. I am happy making animations, aren't I?
Not the existential crisis.
Let's talk about that. But before that, I'd like to take a moment to have a chat about this new browser that I've been trying. Why was that in my pelvis? Welcome to the future of browsing the web. The shiny, super aesthetic Opera One R2. Do you have any other tag when with test? Which Opera One aims to window. I'm chat. Are we cooking? Oh. Chicken Chuck. Ever have a question but don't want to open an extra losing?
Why did he just say chicken jockey?
Video. But let's get back to why I fell out of love with YouTube. With the monstrous amount of work I was doing between YouTube, medicine, and my exam prep, I found myself struggling to just hold on. I have receipts from DMs between friends, and I was genuinely throwing around terms like survival, as if my life was on the line trying to juggle everything. And as a result, instead of focusing on what I actually wanted to make, I started writing scripts where I wasn't all that passionate about it. And instead of focusing on what I wanted to make, I started to overthink about what other people would want. I would like you to continue surgery. Please. In addition to that, the mounting workload was seriously placing pressures on myself and my team. Unlike what people may have thought, I was still heavily involved with the creative process, even with my super amazing, incredibly talented team. But because of everything that was going on, you know, trying to be a certified doctor, I was often delayed in getting projects started. People would then have to wait around for more work because of me. Videos were then taking longer to get completed, and the entire production slowed down. Not to mention my contractual obligations to meet specific quotas for sponsors, which resulted in work crunches to hit deadlines, impacting on all of our mental and sometimes physical health. Wait a second. Being your own boss and making videos for yourself is great, but having so many incredibly fantastic, gorgeous people depend on you financially for their livelihood, that responsibility added a surreal amount of expectation, and I felt like I was constantly failing them at all times, while scrambling to get my own life in order. So I just sat there, pondering why I was even doing it all in the first place. Is this the repetitive, never-ending cycle of these huge workloads truly what I wanted to do? By this point, I had given up a majority of my childhood and early 20s in order to grind out this YouTube thing. I was able to succeed on a passion project that so many people dream of doing. And despite knowing that, I wasn't even sure if I could confidently say that I was happy. There was no way around it. I knew that I was definitely burnt out from everything. And this only got worsened by the tonal whiplash that would happen from work. Dealing with the YouTube pressure was bad enough, but the pressures of working in a hospital with extremely unwell patients can be so emotionally and cognitively taxing. You never quite knew what would happen. One minute I'm making a new terminal diagnosis, then beep beep beep, there's an emergency call on the wards where I'm desperately trying to keep them alive, each crucial second ticking away. sometimes ending in a bad outcome.
Doctors got
By
it
the
bad.
virtue of working in a hospital, death and illness became an everyday part of my life. Only for me to then go home, draw silly pictures, and pour mayonnaise on myself? Huh? What?
Like, bro, that's gotta be so bad though. Just watching someone die, not that like in the same day, and you go back home just to make this. That's gotta mess with your head though. Like, imagine if I saw no, the crazy thing is, I don't know if they're alive, but I feel like I might have seen at least one person die. Because one person got into a car crash on the interstate one time, and like it was fast and instant. Like if you blinked, you wouldn't have known. But someone crashed, and I don't know what happened to them. They could be alive, they could be dead. I'm hoping for the best, but I guess sometimes I do think like, what if that person really is just gone? Or like, what if it was multiple people in there? Like, it's just something I think about. It's just, I don't know, because I've been in a car crash before, and thankfully, thank God, I made it out more than okay. The best I got is like a small bruise on my leg, and I just got out the car right when I crashed and walked out of it, and I was okay. The car was completely totaled, but I was saved, I guess you could say. But it's just,
What is going on?
that's
Is
just
this
rough. I'm
disrespectful?
sorry.
It's gotta be disrespectful, right? This emotional disconnect started to grow. It impacted on my ability to figure out who I was, what I wanted to do, and exactly how I fit in with these jobs. I struggled a lot with a sense of never belonging with my race, being both not Western or not brown enough. How twisted is it that later in my life, I would also feel like I don't belong cleanly with my job either? Neither true YouTuber nor doctor. And with all of these thoughts swirling in my head, the pressure mounting, workload building, and the burnout continuing to take a toll on myself, I stopped making videos. Mafia 3 was meant to be the final video for the Amazing, a wrap-up of my trilogy, a big spectacle of a video as a send-off. I remember it being so gut-wrenching too, because I love my fans, and I felt this immense sense of guilt about leaving. I did want to make an update video or at least a formal goodbye to explain everything, but it was all getting so taxing on me as a person that the idea of even going back for one more video made me genuinely so nauseous and anxiety stricken that I just couldn't do it. So I disappeared online. I still continued to talk to my friends, visited my mates in America, and was active over on the Voice Chat podcast, basically just living my life without the Amazing. Heartwarmingly, some of you wondered what happened to me, sending me DMs, asking on live streams. There were even Reddit posts asking where I was. I never ever expect this sort of love or care from anyone, so this was just the most endearing thing ever. Thank you. I also got to feel mysterious, like, ooh, where's Mars? You'll never know. Wait, can I see that thread? There was this one distinct moment in a random bookstore that I went to, where they had this panel to try out new gel pens. I picked one up and I didn't really know what to draw. So my mind instinctively went to something that I had been drawing for years and years at that time. My character. And what was done as an innocent gesture to try out a new pen quickly turned to a deep sense of sadness. It had been months after my decision to stop making videos, and I guess I was still keeping that hope alive, that maybe one day I can get back into the swing of things. But by drawing this one little picture at a random bookstore, I realized that this may be the last time I ever draw my character again. A channel that I had spent years working on,
I'm like so sorry, I'm like just so invested in
was
this.
finally done. Looks like my summer vacation is over. Or was it? Look, you're watching this video, so you know I've come back. Stepping back from YouTube was so necessary, not just for my mental health, but also to free up time in order to prepare for the major obstacles in becoming a big boy doctor. The exams. Chance of success? Low. The risk of failure? High. My transformation into a basement dweller? Guaranteed. Oh, hey, Didus. I genuinely cannot express to you how much of a blur this period of my life was. It was like clockwork, going in for the day to sharpen my clinical skills, then going home to study all night, and then rinse and repeat for almost 2 years. I couldn't even access my textbooks online anymore because they thought I was a robot. With all that being said and done, it must have been worth it because I passed the exam!
Hooray!
Let's go! Genuinely one of the most grueling hurdles I've ever had to get through, and it's now over. I'm a real doctor now, and a real boy. Okay, can we get on with it?
Bro, that man burning down those tests, dudes. I mean, it was made for the joke, but it felt so real though. Like, all like when you take a final exam for something and you never have to go back, it's a feeling that like no other. I'm telling you this right, especially being in college. When you finish a class, it just feels like you're going as one. It just feels like going one step further to freedom. Just one step closer to freedom is what it feels like. It hurts every time.
The surgery now? Wait, is that my kidney?
The craziest part about me grinding away for this exam is how it impacted my creative side. Having time away from the demands of YouTube was enough for me to A, recover from my burnout, and B, meditate on why I was doing it all in the first place. I didn't start this to be famous or to make money, and it sure as wasn't to mindlessly churn out content that I didn't care about anymore. I started to make content to tell stories out of my own creative, burning desire and nothing else. So what happens when you lock somebody at their creative wit's end in a hospital for 2 years? As the doctor, not the patient. Well, for me, the need to create just grew and grew, biding time until I could let them out. And hey, if I'm going to release my creative side again, why not give YouTube another go? All right!
Arson is a criminal of... Wait, Mars is back? Let's go, dude!
Well,
Okay, but what about the lack of time, Mars? Well, that's still the case with my work and another reason that I'll talk about in a future video. But with the massive gatekeeping exams out of the way, that's basically freed up a majority of my time to allow me to get back to 2 full-time jobs, just like how I used to. Look at this funny comment I got.
I'm losing blood. But also, that's hilarious.
But Mars, wouldn't the pressure of the team impact
Hey, at least
you?
you're happy
What's
in your
so
final
funny is that
moments.
the story parallels and reverses. Now this time, because of me stepping up as a senior doctor, I've got more experience than ever in managing a large, always moving team, which all transferred over to the YouTube side of things. I love them so much. I am so incredibly lucky to have this online career, and I want to continue to look at it as a passion project, just like how I started. I've even started to indulge in my own creativity. Like for example, you may have noticed each video has its own unique planet and aesthetic planned out by my team and I. Or maybe you haven't noticed, which makes me sad because we worked hard on those. But I wouldn't have it any other way, because that's what makes me Mars. Amazing. Man, it really has been a while, hasn't it? And to be able to craft these passion projects, with my views reasonably dropping off over my hiatus, I've been relying more and more on sponsors, patrons, and channel members. I am not kidding when I say that I could not be making these videos without them. Maybe this is my imposter syndrome talking, but it is still surreal to me when people watch my videos, and especially when they choose to support me and Team Amazing financially. Thank you. Genuinely thank you. I cannot believe that. I wish my doctor's salary was enough to run it by myself, but unfortunately it is not. You will not believe how much these videos cost. It's like an arm and a leg out here.
Don't look at me.
And now that I've tasted retirement, I can say for certain that I won't be doing YouTube forever. Because retirement was awesome. I only worked 1 full-time job. But hey, at least until the 10-year milestone, maybe I've got a few more in me. And I hope that you'll be there too. So yeah, that's been my journey over the last 4 years. I know what I'm talking about is super specific to my circumstances, but I hope you found it helpful, somewhat relatable, or at least entertaining. I really do appreciate you all for watching my videos, and I hope that you stick around for future videos too. Thank you again, and stay on.
Hey man, good for you, bro. Like, man, I cannot wait to get more in tune with my audience. If I don't know, because some of y'all do talk to me somewhat consistently, and I do appreciate each and every one of y'all for doing that. Because I don't know if y'all know, but I don't get the chance. I mean, I have chances to talk, but the one thing I love doing the most doing these videos is talking to y'all. Even if like when someone comments, I get happy because it gives me the chance to connect with somebody. Even like, I'm telling you, I live a lot of my life. When I talk to people, my goal is to say something that can somewhat brighten their day. Whether it's just to get a quick laugh, or just say something that genuinely just makes them feel better. Give them advice even though I don't have much life experience. Just saying something that I think might help. Just anything, really. And honestly, that's just what I want to be in life. Just a guy that can make you just feel happy or secure, or just take some bit of stress off of you. And that's just how I intend to live my purpose in life. But hey, sorry if we get too emotional or philosophical or whatever, but that's just me. And hey, hopefully I'll get up there one day where I can just have the opportunity to just connect to so many people and just continue to entertain, continue to do what I gotta do, and hey, hopefully one day I'll even be able to make this more of like a, you know, more serious job or something maybe. But hey, I guess that was it for this one. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you on the next video. And God bless.